This hour's nearly flown by.
That's what we're saying. That's the sign of a good show, isn't it?
It's flying by. Yeah. Final part of the show. We're on to the kitchen where on dinner duty is Cliona O'Connor. Hi, Cliona.
Hello, how are you?
The smells coming from there are amazing.
Yeah, but chorizo always smells good. Anything like bacon or chorizo will always smell really tempting. And then put garlic with it.
Okay. Just for those who weren't with us at the top of the show, what are you making?
What am I making? We are going to make some chorizo tomato pasta on kind of a little bed of creamy ricotta.
Now is this something that you came up with yourself or that you meant it to suit the kids or?
Do you know, I kind of came up with it myself, but it's kind of a throw together dinner. Do you know the way sometimes you might have the best intentions, but the day runs away with you?
Yes.
And I like to have some things always in my fridge that when those days happen, you can kind of throw something together. So I'd always have some chorizo because it kind of has a long shelf life.
They do actually.
Yeah, they do. So you can keep that, and it flavors everything. Now, if you want to make this with no meat in it, I would say replace the chorizo with a half teaspoon of smoked paprika and some chili or some cayenne pepper. Okay, but other than that, you can make it like this.
So let's kick off. What's the first thing we do?
Right, so I've got some chorizo in here frying. I've got it on kind of a medium heat so that all the oils come out of it. So you don't need to put any oil in your pan with this. Okay, so not, like kind of a medium-low heat. To that, I'm going to add one onion, chopped, okay? Now, the key to this is cooking the onion for a long time. You want the onion to get really sweet.
Low and slow.
Low and slow, that's exactly it. So we'd give it a little stir. If I was at home now, I'd probably cook the onion for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so but when you're doing that, you can be doing something else, you know? You don't have to stand over watching it. Yep. And 3 cloves of garlic, crushed or chopped, whichever you find easier. The more garlic, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So what I would do now is I would leave it nice and low. In my pan, I'd usually just get a bit of parchment paper, cover it over, and then you can put on your lid. And you can leave that, stir it every couple of minutes, but you can leave that cook away.
What's the idea behind
it? It stops all the juices and the moisture coming out of it, so it stays nice and moist, so it doesn't dry out. So it's a way as well to get your onions nice and sweet. So
that's a great hack.
In real life.
Never heard that before.
Oh, did you not know that? Yeah, if you're doing a stew as well, and you're putting a stew like in the oven like for a long time, do you know the way sometimes it might dry out or you might have to top it up? If you do that, it'll stop the moisture escaping. So a little hack.
I like that one, Cliona.
So let's fast forward 5 minutes in the real world.
Look at that time machine.
You'll have, not now, but you'll have some water on that when you take it off. So just drain it back in. I'll put it here.
So that helps with the sweating.
That helps them sweat, exactly. And you don't want colour on your onions. You don't want it up high enough that they start going brown because that changes the flavour. But in real life now, you've sweated them and they're nice and soft and sweet. So I am going to add a spoon of, I've got brown sugar. Sometimes I put in honey or whatever you have, coconut sugar, plain white sugar. I just like to use brown sugar when it's handy, but I chop and change. There's no hard and fast rule. So we'll stir that in. I am going to add a little bit of oregano. So we pop that in. Give it a stir. Now, you can add some chili as well. If the kids aren't eating it, I tend to put in a bit of chili. But sometimes I don't bother. It's total personal preference. So we'll pop that in, and then we are going to chop up some tomatoes because I just think it's nice to have some fresh fruit or veg. I know tomatoes are strictly fruit. But
that's right, yeah.
We tend to class them as veg.
Yeah, that debate, I think, has been sorted.
Was it Brian O'Driscoll who sorted that debate? What was it? Was there not?
Oh, did you have a debate?
I thought there was something.
There's something about strawberries as well.
Which is it?
One of my kids, I think.
They're the only fruit to have the seeds on the outside?
That's what it is. I was going to say
our kids are similar ages. They're being taught the same curriculum.
And they read the same books and come out with the same... That's it. So I chopped up 3 onions. I forgot to say, this is going to be for 2 people roughly, okay? Depending on how hungry you are. So I'll pop in my tomatoes. Now, again, in the real world, I would turn up my heat a little bit at this stage. Okay, give it a mix. And then I would pop back on my paper and I'd pop back on my lid. Okay. And I'd leave that for another 10 minutes. And at the same time, I just throw on my pasta now. Okay, so they can both be cooking together. Fast forward another 10 minutes. We will add our chopped tomatoes from a tin or from a carton, whichever, and about a tablespoon of tomato puree. How am I doing for time?
We on about 2.5?
Oh yeah, we're good.
2 minutes.
2 minutes, perfect. So you give this a mix. Okay, and you leave, the most important thing is you leave all these flavors now just simmer together. Oops, we'll take that one off the heat before I burn it on live television. So we'll add in, if you have it, I put in a little glug of wine. If you haven't drank it on a Friday night after listening to the news.
If that was last Friday's bottle, I'm surprised there's so much still in it, so well done.
Occasion, there's wine left in the bottle. So you add that in, you leave that simmer for about 10 minutes. In the meantime...
So it's kind of just chunks of 10 minutes, so you actually can go away, empty the dishwasher, pop back, do something. Yeah, exactly. Bathe the child, come back to it.
Start a bit of homework.
Yeah, exactly.
Or strain that bottle if you want while you're waiting, yeah.
If you're going nowhere, yeah, open another one, whatever takes your fancy. So this is ricotta. I have about 4 tablespoons of ricotta in here. And then I have the same of creme fraiche.
Oh, lovely.
So this is so easy. Just mix them together.
I'm thinking of all the fridges that still have cheese and soft cheeses in them after, can I still say Christmas in January?
You should see my
because we haven't
fridge.
been through all our cheeses. I know that's what it likes in this. So this is what we could use it for.
You should see my fridge. Oh.
What pasta are you using? Because I can't see into your bowl there, Cliona. What are you going for?
You can use anything, like you can use penne at home or whatever, anything that is kind of tube-shaped.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm reading? I'm actually reading Stanley Tucci's book, and he says like the Italians are really fussy about what shape pasta you use.
Goes with what sauce or what?
Yeah, in what dish, yeah. So actually, I'll stick with this one. So it will look like this when it's done, but this pan is easier to use. So you just pop in your pasta al dente, okay? And you give it a mix. Leave it for the last minute just to soak up some of those juices and sauce. Okay, you've mixed your ricotta.
Yeah.
So was the ricotta going in kind of at the last minute,
no,
really?
No, ricotta is going, this is the best bit, it goes on the plate underneath. I love the contrast of cold food and warm food.
Okay.
And then you spoon your pasta on top.
Quick credits are rolling. Go, Cliona.
Oh, Cliona.
Look at that. Never seen pasta served like that.
Oh my God, it's
Absolutely
so good.
delicious.
And then you get a big creamy spoon.
Cliona O'Connor, everybody. Remember, if you want to do it yourself, head over to YouTube. Just search VMTV Food.
Yeah, that's all for tonight. Massive thank you to all of our guests for joining us and to Cliona for tonight's pasta dish.
And we're going to be back tomorrow, usual time, with legendary musician Elvis Costello. We'll see you tomorrow.
He's in the building tomorrow.
He's going to be here tomorrow. Bye-bye.